Hi, welcome to Making All the Plans. I'm Connie, and if we haven't met before, I'm a busy mom of two active kids, and both my husband and I have full-time careers. My goal is to share with you how I stay on top of all life throws at me in one planner so that you might be able to do the same. So this is the current week, and then I am planning for next week a little bit ahead because we will still be on vacation. So this is going to be another decorative spread. I have a few stickers left from last week. I still have the colorful desert sticker book as well as the little washi tape sticker book, some washi tape, as well as one new sticker sheet for this week. And those stickers include more Wyoming heavy stickers, even though we probably will only spend part of a day in Wyoming. But this is the header graphic for the Wyoming site. So I pulled that. I also just pulled some other Wyoming themed images. And then I can always use that leftover image from Spearfish Canyon that I have. But I'm going to start out my spread by using this panoramic Wyoming header image to go across the bottom of my page. And I do want to put just a little bit of this green washi tape down just to bring that from the last spread. And then I'll also use that throughout this spread. But I like to ground my images. I just don't like my images floating. So sometimes I feel like if I put down this washi tape, it just helps ground it a little bit more. And I'm using the wax paper so that when I go to trim this image, it is not stuck to the paper and it's not hard to get up. It's just stuck to that wax paper instead. And I'm going to grab my slice tool to trim this off. I didn't necessarily need the ruler because it is so easy to use the slice tool, but I did want to try to get a straight line. I have a harder time pushing hard enough when I am using a ruler, so I just have to go back over it a couple times. I am going to do the same thing over here on Thursday and Friday. We come home on Friday, so I'm going to stop the image at the end of the day on Friday and then just trim off the extra. If I had been planning this ahead of time, I would have just made the image the right width. But since I wasn't really sure how I wanted to use this, I did just print it in a random size, and thankfully it was at least long enough to do what I ended up wanting to do. And I'm just using the wax paper trick again to tuck it under that part that won't be staying, and I will trim it and it will just pull right away and it won't rip my paper. But it's really a beautiful image to start my spread off with. Wyoming definitely picked a great image to represent their state. I am going to grab one of these red box stickers like I did for last week and put it up at the top, and I just plan on writing itinerary and writing down all the things, especially the flight information in this area. So I did print off this image of the sign, and it says buffalo straight ahead, bison to the right. And it's just funny because there actually are two towns or cities in South Dakota, one called Buffalo and one called Bison, and this sign really does exist. So I just thought it was cute and I wanted to put it in my planner for the week. But of course I didn't want it to float, so I am putting some washi tape down. I'm not really sure that it's necessary, but I have plenty of washi tape, so I just like that extra little weight on the page to kind of ground the image. If you don't think it's necessary, then don't use it. I just like how it brings my page together a little more. And I will be dropping in some boxes, but since I don't really know exactly what's happening on each day, I will bring the rest of the boxes that are left so that if we add more plans, I can drop in a box. My plan is to use the boxes for any specific planned activities, and then I will drop in some lines as well so that I can journal about the things that are happening on vacation. So I also dropped in an image of Devil's Tower. I will go back in and clean up the washi tape around it since it looks a little funny that there's green washi tape where the sky would be on one side and not on the other side. So I will go in and clean that up. I also dropped in the state of Wyoming's seal. And now I'm trying to find room for this last Spearfish Canyon sticker. I just think Spearfish Canyon is beautiful. If you've not ever been there, that is somewhere that you definitely want to go if you're in the area. But there are so many different and beautiful places in South Dakota, some very dry and arid, and other places like Spearfish Canyon where it is just lush and green. And being from Ohio, it is definitely just a different vibe out there. If you have the opportunity, I would definitely go out west and just experience not just the touristy parts, but also just the vastness. I don't know how to describe it other than it's just beautiful and you just get a different feeling when you're out there. So I didn't really want to use these gold stickers, but I liked what they said. So I did go ahead and pull some of them into the spread. This first one says, "Life is a wild adventure." And what is more appropriate for a trip out to South Dakota? Then I'm going to drop in this cowboy hat. And I also thought that I should drop in some more of the quotes. I would like to get three on the page if I can. Sometimes I have a hard time getting that much gold on the page because I don't love the look of the gold, but I'm just trying to pretend that it's brownish. And I do know that they make markers that you could change the color of the sticker, but I don't have those, and I'm not sure that it would be worth it for me to invest in that because I also wouldn't want to have to take the time in order to color them in and give them time to dry. But this quote just says, "Find the beauty in simplicity." And I am just trimming this so that I can make it go across the top of that Wyoming image. And I probably should have put "Find the beauty in" on the left side and then just leave "simplicity" on the right side. But when I was cutting the sticker apart, I was like, oh, I'll put two lines on the left and two lines on the right. But I didn't take into account that there was a lot more room on the left side than there was on the right. So I probably would have spaced that out a little bit differently, but I do think that it turns out beautifully. So let's go back in and cut out that little bit of green washi. And I'm just using the slice tool again. I think it works very well when you're trying to freehand things. I did have a little bit of an issue cutting it close enough to the stickers because the Grand Canyon sticker was not completely smooth. It was a little jagged there. So I had a hard time getting all of the washi out. So let's go ahead and find one more gold quote to drop in here. I thought about putting "Home is where the heart is" over on Saturday and Sunday, but I felt like there was going to be too much gold over there. So I do pick "Trust the timing of your life" and I drop it here on Monday. I will, I guess, save the other gold sticker for something else, but I do have a hard time using gold, and just having one, it will make it even more difficult for me to use it. Now I want to drop in some lines, and I'm only going to drop them in on Monday through Friday because I am not sure what's happening on Saturday and Sunday. I am sure that I will plan that on my flight home, but for now I am just going to leave it as it is. But I will drop lines in here. I am making the line of the box one of the lines, and then I will continue them above and below. But as you can see, it kind of looks like it belongs like that. I am going to just take a little bit of white out and white out the line where it touches the vertical line so that it looks like I hand drew in all of the lines, if that makes sense. So I will just go through and draw in all of these lines using my 6mm Chrissy Ann Design stencil and go through and white out just the very end of the line that was already there. And then I will call these spreads done for my trip. I'm very excited. This is the first week we will be gone, and here is the second week. Again, I'm leaving the 6th and the 7th just completely blank from right now. But thanks for joining me today. If you like this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I hope that everyone has a wonderful week, and I will see you when I'm back and in my next video. Bye.